Well, hello and welcome to the premiere of Mental Health Wednesdays. I need you to bear with me because I'm trying my best. I'm out in the middle of the street here. I'm welcoming in a brand new day, and I'm welcoming a special guest this morning, Adam Chelton. But right now, I am on the front-facing camera so that you can see my face, because I recognized that when I started this, guess what? You couldn't see my face. I'm black, but just in the darkness, I guess. And no, I'm not in the darkness. I'm a light in the darkness, remember? So I just want to thank everybody for taking time this morning. It's going to be interesting how this works. I'm going to have to get up. I'm going to turn the camera around in a moment here as it starts to get brighter. And I'm going to bring Adam Chelton on, and he's going to share with us this morning. And I'm very excited about this. I came up with the concept of doing Mental Health Wednesdays as a way to start my day. I do a regular routine. I wake up early. I thank God for a brand new day. I listen to inspirational, motivational, or spiritual videos to put good information into my head to start my day off in a positive manner. And then I do some catch up on the social media aspect of it. And then I do this video. And this video normally has a meditation time. But as we move forward here, I'm moving and evolving and growing and learning. And so on Mondays, the quiet time, or the listen to the birds singing, or the meditation opportunity, is Affirmation Mondays. And so join us for Affirmation Mondays, and I'll be reading a guided meditation of affirmations. And Tuesdays is Empowerment Tuesdays. And that's an opportunity for me to talk about empowerment and hopefully inspire people who inspire others, and then share the love, share the empowerment, share the excitement about actually just, doing the best that we possibly can with our lives. Today, Wednesday, is Mental Health Wednesday. And I'm planning to have special guests on my show, and we will talk about mental health issues. So if you have been diagnosed, say, with a mental health issue, or you know somebody, this might be an excellent opportunity to learn and to grow, to hear somebody else's story and what they're doing. I love to bring people that are making a difference in this world, and that they, by sharing their story, hopefully will impact people in a positive manner to know that, hey, look, yes, we all have situations that we feel may be obstacles in our pathway of being successful, or that we're judged improperly. But the fact of the matter is, you are special. You are unique. And you have the right to be here and enjoy life as much as anybody else, if you happen to be having a situation that other people mostly don't understand, unless you're there. And so that's what I'm going to do, is have people that are there and can understand that and relate to it, and then relate to those people that might be experiencing those same situations. So I'll start by sharing a little bit about myself, and I can relate to mental health issues from this aspect. In my past, I was doing drugs and alcohol to basically hide from reality, to take myself out of the moment, to put myself into a place that I thought was happier, that allowed me not to worry about stuff. And what I found is that I just wake up the next day and all those situations were still there until I dealt with them. During that time, I was diagnosed with mild bipolar disorder. I had anxiety. I had extreme depression. And what I'm here to tell you about is that I've been there in those circumstances, and yet I've overcome them. Now, that doesn't mean that if you have a mental health diagnosis that you shouldn't be taking medication. I'm not necessarily a huge believer in medications, but I can tell you from what I know, and that is that the medications are normally pretty short term to be able to help you get your chemical balance straightened out. And then I'm a believer in a higher power called God, and I know that God can do anything. And he can heal the sickest of us so that we can go on and carry forward, even when the doctors say, you're this, or you're only got this amount of time to live, and things like this. That people outlive that all the time. People go on to be very functional and live an enjoyable life. And so for me, it's about living in the moment and enjoying life as much as I possibly can, and actually living like it's my last day, because I don't know about tomorrow. I'm not guaranteed that I'll be here tomorrow. The past is only a memory at this moment. And so I only have right here and right now, and it's called the present. And my belief is that it is called the present because it's a gift. So I want us to open that gift of the conscious awareness of this moment and enjoy it. A little bit about Adam, and just in a moment here, then I'm going to turn this video around and bring him on, and then that way I'm on the front-facing camera. I might be a dark figure. I'm not dark in the heart and soul. We have rabbits running past us. And that's what this also is. It's a connection to nature. It's a connection to source. LWN, Live with Nature. That's what we do. We bring interesting people, places, things. We have a routine in the morning with the Sunrise Daybreakers, and welcome Sunrise Daybreakers. I appreciate you. So Adam is our dyspraxic champion. Okay? And what a dynamic guy. I was blessed to get to know him in a writing course that I took. I'm a published author. He is also an author as well. Okay, he's working on a book called The End, and we're pretty excited for him to be bring that out and sharing his story about how he's gone through some stuff, and I'll let him share that part. But here's a guy, that basically doesn't like being out in public. He's also high-level functioning autistic. And, just doesn't like the crowds, doesn't like the people, doesn't like the attention, and yet he's overcome this to be able to share his story, to be able to try and help people. Now, he's a proud father. He is also a person that puts children first, okay? And that's the important part. Is that he wants to raise the awareness of mental health issues, and he is a mental health first aider. So he's there also to try and help people that might be suffering from this. And so please feel free to reach out, put a comment, in the messages here. Feel free to share this video out too as well, if you know somebody that might benefit from this. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to step up for a second, I'm going to try and turn this camera around. Well, I can just turn it, I suppose. So, yeah, I'm my own production crew in the whole 10 yards, and soon someday I'll have a production crew to help me with this kind of stuff. So I'm just going to flip this around. That way I can see the comments as well. Tell me I can flip it. Okay, I can. So here goes a flip. Here I am, and you can see me. Fabulous. Thank you, Facebook, for allowing me to be able to do this. Okay, so welcome everybody. Let me just see here. I want to add, let me see, request for my broadcast. Okay, so let me just see. Adam should be here. I just want to say quickly, good morning, Manny. Good morning, Vincent. I see Sonny is here as well. Hopefully, I've got good morning, Spencer Rose, Abigail Engel, Spencer Rose. No comments. I'm not sure what he's referring to there. Michael Hamilton, welcome. Spencer Rose. Adam is here. So, it's an amazing thing when you touch it. When you touch these smartphones, they want to do something. All right. So what I'm going to do is to work on bringing in, okay, so let me just do this for a moment here, and I want to bring Adam on, Adam Chelton. I'm sending you an invite right now, Adam, so go ahead and accept that, and then Adam will be with us in just a moment. So I'm really excited about this because, my job and my purpose is to serve other people and to serve them in a positive manner, to hopefully inspire people, to share my story, and to inspire people that inspire others. And my whole thing is about paying it forward without expectation of personal gain. That's what's so great is that when you pay it forward without expectation of any personal gain, it's the greatest feeling in the universe to get. So I'm hoping that Adam will just accept this invitation that I sent to him, and we can move forward with this. I'll just in the meantime say welcome Ray Coates and Janie Starliper, Tammy Robinson, thank you for joining. Where is our good friend Adam? I'm not sure. Shirley Connolly and Jeremiah Knight. So what's happening? Request. Okay, so Shudakalak. Well, I'm hoping I don't have to go to plan B here, but I may. I'm not seeing Adam, so that's interesting. I thought I sent him a request, a request of viewers to send me requests, right? So, add viewers to be in my Adam Chelton has been invited. So we're just waiting on Adam to show up here. Hopefully he'll show up. If he doesn't, I have a plan B. I have a plan B. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But what I'll do is I'll bring Shirley on, because Shirley has a real story too. And I know that she can speak to these issues, most certainly. So, all right. Sharing my story. We're waiting for Adam. I'm not sure what the problem is. But I'll tell you that I have experienced this more than once. Sometimes these live broadcasts don't go exactly the way that I planned them, but that's okay, because I'll just carry forward. I experienced some real serious issues in the past. Like I said earlier, I was diagnosed as mild bipolar, that I should take all this medications, that I should then, hopefully that would help me. And what I found was this, and it was very typical, I think, for most people with these types of issues, that we end up not taking the medications. And that's what I did. I just stopped taking the medications. I take this stuff. Oh my gosh, I felt like a walking zombie taking this stuff, the psychotropic meds. And I just said, this isn't right. I don't like feeling like this. I don't think it helped me feel better. But what I also have learned is that when you're taking medications, particularly when you've been diagnosed with depression, which I had as well, and they put me on the Prozac, as I recall, and I learned that these medications were initially designed to be given to you for a period of about 3 months, to be able to help you get your chemistry back on track, and then take you off. But what's happened is that that's not the case. They end up being on this stuff for life. And, who knows the kind of side effects. Several of them have pretty bad side effects. I know I've heard a lot about that. But it's unnecessary. And it's being pushed, I think, by the pharmaceutical companies, because that keeps them in business. And so we have to, I kind of think, look at the doctors that are doing this stuff to our family, to ourselves, to our friends, and say, why are you doing this if it's designed that you only need it for a short period of time? I said what I did every single time. I stopped taking this stuff, and then, I had people saying to me, oh, you got a problem. You got mental issues, It's like, okay, all right, really, whatever. Well, what I've had to learn is that today I am my own self. I try and be the best person that I can be given my circumstances. And then I don't own other people's opinion of me. Because if I was to own other people's opinion of me, then, I guess I'm living somebody else's life at that point. And I'm not about living somebody else's life. I'm about living my own life, and to the best of my ability. And so no matter what type of, mental health condition or issues that we might be facing, the fact of the matter is that we can learn to function within that situation as best as we possibly can. And that's what I have learned to do, okay? Now, I'm going to share something else because I guess it seems appropriate. And I've never shared this before. I shared it with somebody last night. Only my family knows about this, and the people that were there, obviously. But this is what happened to me. And I don't even know the date on it. It was several years ago. But this is the truth, is that at that point in time, I was, I think it's about 3 to 4 years ago. Well, I was drinking. I was pretty drunk. And what happened is that I got faced off with this guy. He started being very confrontational with me. I was trying to calm the situation down. And the next thing I knew, honestly, was that I was waking up in the ER. So I woke up in the ER, and it's like I had no clue what happened. But what had happened was this, is that I had hit my head against a block wall and then fell to the ground and hit my head again, apparently, and it caused a hematoma right here, which is a brain bleed, which is a stroke. And by the grace of God, I survived it. By the grace of God, it didn't cripple me extremely, but it did have an effect. It absolutely did. And so I say this. I say, well, what it did was it took the edge off of me, the sharp edge. I felt like maybe I was a little bit quicker, and so I was kind of like dwelling on me. Oh, poor me. Well, you're stupid, you went and drank, and even though you were trying to be nice and calm the situation down, it didn't work out that way for me at all. And so as a result, I ended up with a stroke. Boy, I tell you. So what I've had to do is this, is just recognize that, I just have to take things in stride. Okay, I try and work within that limitation. Although this isn't a mental health issue, it was certainly affected me from the standpoint of depression, because I was very depressed and I was really down on myself, and it was like, oh my gosh, well, how could you have done that to yourself and put yourself in that position? And so the depression is what set in, and then obviously recovery. And so I believe I pretty much recovered from it. Like I said, by the grace of God, I didn't, there's worse. When I think I have it worse, there's always somebody else that may have it a lot worse than I did. So what the message is today is this. It's about the fact that you can overcome any obstacles that you think might be standing in your way. That if medication is required and needed and suggested, I'm not saying don't do that, okay? Because even though I did that, I'm saying don't necessarily do that. Some of us need to have medication, there's no doubt about it. But I think today, I function very, very well. As good as I can. And the reason I function better is because I turn my life and my will over to the care of my higher power. That's God, okay? So, by turning my life and my will over to the care of God, allowing Him to kind of direct my life, I've said this before, Him being the driver of the bus instead of me being the driver of the bus, life got better. I do affirmations. That's why I do Affirmation Mondays now, so that I can actually affirm the truths. And I can tell you that today I'm happy, I'm joyful, I have a lot of peace and serenity in my life. And it's because I'm just doing the right things, and I'm just trying to make the best of it. And I don't beat myself up for the mistakes that I've made in the past. They happened, but they happened for a reason, for me to learn and grow from. So I'm not sure what happened with Adam. I'm really not. I invited him in. Maybe I did this wrong. Just received an important call. Family member, needs attention, which is fine. So I'm just talking. It is the thing it is. I'll just pick back up here. Um, Adam's not in the broadcast, I don't think so. He's not with us. So that's fine. Maybe next time. I am planning on having, some guests that can speak to this. I am not a doctor. I'm actually a person that experienced this stuff in the past. I'm just going to share with you today. It's the premiere about Mental Health Wednesdays. We're going to have some great people that can speak to this, that maybe have situations that were worse than mine. I will learn to try and just work within my thing. Part of that actually is just doing one thing at a time, by the way. I know that when I get spread out and I tell you, I've got a lot of stuff going on in my life, I do. And I can get overwhelmed because there's so many things. And there's the opportunity to get upset with myself and get depressed and get overwhelmed and say, I can't do it. Well, guess what? I can do it. I can do anything that I allow God to let me do, So that's what I do. I let him just guide me. I just make the best of it. I don't harbor ill feelings against myself for the choices that I made. And so therefore, hey, I'm here. Welcome to Sarasota, Florida, by the way. It's beautiful this morning. There's a wind about 9 miles an hour out of the north. So it's kind of cool. And I tell you, we live for this time of year here in Florida. It's about 71 degrees when I started this. I see Janie says, he's all we need. And I know that Janie has spoken as well and about ministry. This is my ministry. There is our local resident red-tailed hawk. We had a bunny rabbit already this morning. We had the red-tailed hawk, Sylvester. So I guess in conclusion about the part of mental health is that this hopefully will be a resource for people to be able to go to learn and to get some good information, to listen to people's stories, to be able to help them or enlighten them about the situation with mental health. We all have situations that affect us. Some of them are more severe than others. But what I am proud to do is to know a couple people pretty closely, like Adam Chelton, dyspraxia, a mental condition that was created actually as a result of abuse. Okay, he got hurt, he got beaten, and it caused this brain damage, and so he struggles with, balance is what it is. It's a balance thing apparently. But he also is autistic, high-functioning autistic. And he's done very well, I think. I'm very proud of him. And I'm glad that he's going to be sharing his story in a book. Richard Fay, our autistic champion. They're both in the UK. I see an invite right now. Hopefully Adam is with us. I really would love for him to be here. He is. Okay, thank you. I'm so glad for that. I will bring Adam on. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Wonderful. You should be adding right now, so we should have Adam here in just a minute, and I'll be really excited to introduce you to Adam. He's a great guy. I have gotten to know him, and I'm pleased that he's my friend. And that's where I could go to Facebook and say, hey, thanks, because I've made some great connections with people. So it's in the process, apparently, of adding Adam. Hopefully, without any problems, he'll be here. Tabitha, welcome. This is a little bit different episode. I'm sitting down in a chair. I'm sitting in a lawn chair. The sun's coming up behind me. Hopefully Adam Chelton will be live with us in just a moment. And I know that I was watching a video yesterday with Charlie Prinzen, one of the top Next Impactors. And he was having some trouble getting people on. I don't know. Facebook kind of sometimes has some quirks. No answer from live video guests. Interesting. So, sometimes there's some approve it. Bring on Adam. We'll try it. Thanks for bearing with me. Try again. We just did. Hopefully that will happen. All right. So in the meantime, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you, says adding. I'm going to flip my camera so that we can see the sun coming up. And hopefully Adam will be with us here. It says that he is declined. Okay. So, right here. Oh, yes, he's still there. This is Sylvester. He is actually our red-tailed hawk. He's the local resident red-tailed hawk. He's sitting right here in this, right there. I can just hold his camera steady. He's right there. He joined us this morning. You're hearing him talking in the background. It gets pretty shaky. Excuse me. I don't know what really happened. It's not working. Apparently, Facebook is having some issues lately. I'm really looking forward to being able to solve problems like this, to be honest with you. It very well may be because I didn't start this video with invite a guest. So that might be the issue. So I'll work through that in the future. So hopefully next week we won't have such issues with that. So what I'm going to do now is this is going to be an opportunity for a quiet time. No problem, Adam. No problem. We'll get it figured out. I think I might be right about the fact that I need to start the video with invite a guest, which I didn't. So I see that you're sending another one. I'll send an approve. I'll send an ad. Get him on here. Maybe we will not. But in the future, I'll just work through this stuff. You know, it's a live and learn process. I'm not upset about it. It is what it is. But if he doesn't come on in a moment here, this is the plan. Simply, we saw him. Okay. Well, I'll be. Welcome, Adam. Are you with us?
I know.
Oh, there he is. Hey, this is Beauty.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. That's awesome. Facebook doesn't like Mental Health Wednesdays. Okay, so I don't really care because you know what? We're going to solve all those kinds of issues real super quick. And I'll tell you how we're going to solve them. We're going to broadcast from our own .com. How do you like that, Facebook? I don't have a problem telling them to go ahead, shut me down. You can't shut us down. It ain't going to happen. All right. Welcome, Adam Chelton. Adam Chelton is joining us from the UK. Let me just...
Finally.
You finally, after how many attempts? It's all good.
I know.
It's all good. So, welcome, Adam. I'm proud to know you. I appreciate you coming on. I'm glad that we were able to make this connect. I never know what kind of technical issues can certainly haunt me. They have. Let's just do this affirmation. Stephen doesn't have any technical problems anymore. Stephen puts on good quality content without any interruptions. Let's affirm that truth. Tell us about yourself.
Right. Obviously, what I could hear from you when I was having major technical difficulties, I even had to delete Facebook and then reinstall it on my phone. That's how much it came. So yeah, I apologise for that. But yeah, I'm Adam, qualified mental health worker, first aider. Yes, I live with dyspraxia and autism. And yeah, I had self-doubts where I was self-harming. I attempted suicide back in March. And I like helping people.
Now, tell us what is a first aider? Mental health first aider. Tell us about that.
What's a first aider? It's more of a negotiator. What I mean by that is I am now qualified. For example, if somebody wants to jump off a roof to commit suicide, that's just a prime example. I am qualified to go on top of that roof myself, put myself at risk, and try and negotiate them to prevent that from that person jumping.
Wow. Now, you know, and that's what I think it's about, is to try and help other people. And so that I know that that's a big focus for you, is helping other people. I know that one of your statements is that, you know, you're an advocate, particularly for children. So tell us about that. I know that you've got I don't why I want to use the right word, but you've got a situation, an issue that
I
needs
have.
some resolution with respect to
I have.
children. So why don't you tell us about that?
Well, I'm more of a children's campaigner where I fight every single day to give kids a voice because up and down, I want to say this country, but it's globally, even in America, Germany, you name it, it's everywhere, where family courts are taking children away from loving, caring families. And it's up to me and millions of other people who's in the same situation as me. We are fighting for that. Like my childhood, it was destroyed. It was destroyed. I was bullied every single day, but when my kids are getting bullied, I act on it. I do something about it, and that's what makes the authorities hate me so much. So, but I really don't care about that.
Right, right.
But yeah, I fight to bring those kids back to where they should
Now,
be.
as I understand it, the dyspraxia, and I want you to explain this dyspraxia to our viewers, but the dyspraxia was brought on because of abuse. Was that correct? And that you suffered some trauma, and
Um,
was that correct?
I was actually born with dyspraxia.
Okay,
Um, yeah, I was born with it, but I was diagnosed with it at 3 years old.
I see.
So yeah,
Okay. Now, dyspraxia, I understand, is balance. It has to do with some balancing, and it also has to do with feeling comfortable around other people and stuff like this. An anxiety kind of situation. Tell us.
this dyspraxia. People ask me all the time, "What is dyspraxia?" And obviously, this is going to go into my second book, where I am actually going to focus on my disabilities. Yes, I'm already focused on my second book straight away. Um, but dyspraxia, if you've got one thing to compare it to, it's having a stroke every single day.
I'm sorry, having a
Having a stroke.
distraught.
Dyspraxia, no, dyspraxia is basically, if you want to compare it to one word, it's having a stroke. A
A
stroke every
stroke.
single day.
Hmm. And I was sharing that earlier. I don't know that you heard that part of it, where I put myself in a position that um, well, it was created because I created and by the way, people, at that point in my drinking career, because I've had a career of drinking, um, I had come to the decision that I don't care. I drink. I'm gonna drink. I'm just gonna be a drunk, I guess, is what I had decided. Well, that put me into a situation where I got, as they say, Sunday punched. I didn't see it coming. I woke up in the ER. The next thing I know, I had a hematoma, which is a stroke. And so I can somewhat relate to the fact of having a stroke. And then I talked about the depression that came with that. And, you know, the beat in this, I'm not worthy and I'm a bad guy. And I put myself in a bad situation. And now I've hurt everybody. And so that was my sharing earlier about that type of thing. So yes, so you were born with that, um,
Yeah.
and you're learning how to do daily life with that, as well as
It's a struggle.
yeah, and as well as autism. Correct?
Living with dyspraxia. Yeah, living with dyspraxia, I hated myself. I hated myself.
Okay.
And I even got to the point, I'm gonna admit this for the first time ever, I actually self-harmed to try and get it out of me.
Well, that's what a lot of, and particularly children today, I think that we need to be concerned for our children today, because it just seems, and I was just told this the other day by someone of the younger generation. Now, I think that this person was probably in their 20s, but I'm seeing it as well in the high schools, that it was, quote, trendy to say, I want to kill myself. And that, in fact, she felt people would say that so that they could get attention, and that it was like cool, and that really what it was, and this is the real truth, I believe, that they just simply weren't willing to share how they really were feeling about themselves and what was going on in their life. And so how do you feel that by sharing your story, that makes a difference for you?
It makes a massive difference, Stephen. It really does, because obviously I was beaten and bullied and abused every single day for 16 years of my life, and I kept that a secret from the world for 21 years.
Wow.
And obviously
Hmm.
and that tipped me over the edge, um, where I didn't think about family or
Hmm.
friends or anything like that. I still today believe I don't have many friends today. Um, and obviously all that beating I received, it was my daily life
Hmm.
where I was getting beaten up at home, beat up at school, then beat up at college, beat up at home, you name it. I was getting it every single day, and I still admit it today, and I'll take this to my deathbed. It's my fault. It's my fault. I had all that.
Well, I admire the fact that you take responsibility for your part, maybe in your experiences, but I think there's also a side where, and we do create our own reality from
Yeah.
our own thinking. I agree with that. Um, but we're not fully 100 necessarily responsible for some of the stuff that happens to us, because obviously the other
Mm,
person is going to maybe grab up on something and then decide, oh, well, I'm going to bully you or
yeah.
something like that. But this is, I think, where
Yeah.
it's really important that people share. And so you found, um, even though you had a recent situation earlier this year where you just like, I'm over this stuff, you tried to drown yourself. Um,
Yeah. I
but
do.
now today, how are you feeling about that? It's like, have you forgiven yourself for that?
Definitely. Yeah. And yeah, it's taking it day by
Yeah.
day, accepting for what it really is.
Right, right, right. Well, and I was saying earlier too that I'm a real big believer in the fact that yes, in fact, things happen in our life that are difficult, but that as long as we're looking for the positive message in there, and let go of the I'm worthless or I'm no good part of it, and recognize that we all have these seeds of greatness within us, and that we just need to nurture those seeds so that we can grow ourselves into a mature plant that bears fruit. Um, so you've
Yeah,
been pruning on this plant,
I have. Yeah.
yes, so that you can flower and fruit. Yes, and I see that, and
Yeah.
I see that happening. So, what would be one of the best piece of advices you can give to people, particularly those that were thinking about taking their own life?
Few words. I think they've answered it for you.
Sylvester, Sylvester. Yeah,
No, honestly, keep going. Life's worth it. Life's worth it. And obviously, obviously, yeah, I do have a crisis. So I'll just say this before I have to jump off, because the emergency popped up. But my advice to people is look in the mirror and just tell yourself life's worth it.
right. I really believe in that. And that's about setting an intention, is it not? That you set an intention, regardless, maybe if at that moment it's not true. You set that intention so that you are starting to work on convincing your mind, because this stuff comes from the subconscious, the stuff that we were trained to believe and think about
Yeah,
ourselves. So
yeah,
I'm a big believer in the positive affirmations to replace those negative thoughts with positive thinking, visualizing that in fact it's already true in our life, even if it's not.
yeah, definitely.
So in doing those things, and that's what you do now, is that you tell, and I see you do that. I see you comment in videos and that you do, as well as other comments and other people's posts, that you do feel good about yourself and that you recognize those experiences that made you stronger.
Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do.
So you're working
Yeah.
on a new book, and that's The End. Maybe you tell us just a little bit about The End.
I'll make this quick because I really do need to go, Stephen. So I apologise for this.
No problem.
But the end is basically about my journey, about my life struggles, where I was beaten, bullied, abused, to self-harming, attempting suicide, to becoming a life coach and helping others.
There you go. So beautiful. So that's going to be coming soon. You got a book already published, you say?
Yeah.
And so now how could people reach out to you? That's what I want to know. How is it best to reach out to you?
They can inbox me, and obviously at the minute, I know it's not published, but the book I'm charging people £10 for me to send it them by email.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
All right. So what they should do is that they should send you a direct message. That's Adam Chelton. Now, in the description, I know that I highlighted your name, so you can just click on that in this description of this video, and that'll take you right to Adam's Facebook page, so that you can then send him a friend request. Don't even have to send him a friend request, to just send him a message as well. But I say friend request him, absolutely, and then send him a message and tell him that you're interested in that book. If you're interested. So that's wonderful. I really appreciate you taking time. I'm so glad that this worked out. I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you taking time for us, Adam.
Yep.
You have yourself an exceptional day, and we'll look forward to hearing from you again soon.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right. Speak soon, Stephen.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. God bless you. Thank you so very much, Adam. I appreciate you for this morning. Wow, was that powerful? I'll tell you. I'm blessed. It's been really, really exciting this morning. Technical difficulties, so what? It came together. I know that God wanted us to hear this stuff. I know that my higher power, or call it what you want to, the creative consciousness, the creative thought or imagination behind everything that is, I call it God, but that He meant for this to happen. And He meant for me to be able to have a broadcast where I can have people like Adam come and join us, and that we can learn and grow from that. And I appreciate everybody that takes time to come and join me this morning. I know that this was a little bit different out of my routine, but as I go through each day, I'm learning and I'm growing. I'm very excited about the future for Live with Nature, being a nonprofit organization, taking the net proceeds of that company to help other people and other worthy foundations that are helping and serving other people. And by paying it forward without expectation of any personal gain, we're going places. And we appreciate your support as well. So please do join me tomorrow, Thursday. I'll be back live. At this point, it's just my regular broadcast. We'll start out with a topic. Then we'll move to the quiet time, a meditation opportunity, or the time that I take for saying my I am statements. And then we'll close with a prayer, as I always do. We'll acknowledge some comments, which I'll do here in just a moment. And we'll go about trying to have a great day. Live with Nature is all about a connection to Source, connection to nature that can help people. And we're also recognizing the oneness of all the artists that are a part of and will be a part of Live with Nature, to bring their experience and their connection with nature to these broadcasts. It's going to be very, very dynamic. We hope to be a resource for people in a lot of different areas, certainly affirmation, certainly empowerment, certainly inspiration, mental health, the get to know. I'm in the process here, and I'm not sure date or timing wise, but I know that I'm planning to have the next get to know with Manny Laverty. Okay, Manny Laverty is he's got a heck of a story. I mean, yeah, I'm having a hard time on the words. He's experienced a lot of adversity. Let me just put it to you that way. But this is a guy that has just absolutely just shined his bright light and is going to be on my Get to Know series. Okay, so I'll let you know as soon as I know that. I'll make a post about that because I want you to get to know Manny Laverty. And I've got a long list of people that I'm going to be having on the show. So, I want you to get to know Manny Laverty. I'll announce that very soon. Manny Laverty is, in fact, a part of the Live with Nature crew. He is our Director of Sales and Marketing, as well as our Information Technology Guru, and is in the process right now, like I had mentioned, of getting our websites up, and so we're working on that. I'm very excited about that. Hopefully, like I said, on Monday, by Friday. Well, we've already got the Arcola, Resource Center of Life's Adventures.blog. That's going. We're working on the .com right now, which is going to be the home base for the Live with Nature and everything else that we end up doing, okay? So thank you for your support. If you haven't already, go out there and like our Facebook pages. I'm not asking for personal likes. That's not the deal. It's not about me. It's about the message, okay? And so that's LWN Live with Nature on Facebook and on YouTube, okay? I am across the board on all my social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I finally updated my LinkedIn, and then YouTube, Stephen Smith SRQ. I'm going to pray now. I'm going to pray for us. And so I do have a higher power, and my higher power is God. And Jesus Christ is my Savior, and I am saved. I'm born-again Christian, but I'm a spiritual Christian. I'm not a typical Christian by any stretch, I don't think. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. I'm trying to just share, my experiences, the strength and the hope that I have for the future. I want us to all know that we are bright lights in the darkness, that we all have seeds of greatness and we can do wonderful things, but it takes action, okay? It takes actually doing something, not just saying it. And so that takes a lot of work. It really does. The high road is hard. The low road is pretty easy. I know. I took the low road for a long time because it is easy. It is comfortable. Yesterday I said do something courageous, step outside the box. Let's do a pay it forward today. Let's do a pay it forward. Do some random act of kindness today, okay? And then we can all kind of share back about what kind of random act of kindness that we did. So now I'm going to pray. Dear Lord, thank you so very much for today. I praise you, Lord, for being able to wake me up this morning and allow me to be alive, be able to share this video and the connection with Adam Chelton, to be able to discuss the mental health issues that some of us might be either experiencing or have experienced, Lord. I just ask that you would be in our hearts and our minds and our souls, and allow us to know that, yes, no matter what our circumstances are, that we can have an enjoyable life. Lord, let that light of your love into us. Let us know that we are love and light as well. And help us to spread that light far and wide. If we're suffering for any particular reason, the mental health issues or the addictions to any type of situation, or relationship issues, that we mend these relationship issues, that we mend our broken hearts, that we overcome any type of obstacles that might have been standing in our pathway financially or relationship-wise, Lord, or health-wise, physically and mental. Lord, be with us, heal us, raise us up, and allow us to have a wonderful day today. And I release these words in support of all of us in the universe. Support us in these truths and manifest our dreams and our goals in absolute abundance, no matter what that they are. And I release these words, like I said, in Jesus' name. I say amen. And I also say namaste, and I say namaskar, because I honor your soul and I love you as a person. So now I want to go back. I want to acknowledge some comments and everybody that took time to come in. I love the sun. I can see that right behind me here. That's so awesome. And I love it when I don't have writing behind me when I'm on the front-facing camera because it's not backwards. So wonderful. Abigail Engel, thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. I've known Abigail for a while too. She does random acts of kindness all the time. And it only takes a minute, and it helps so many of those people around us. And that's so true. There's just no better feeling than doing these random acts of kindness, Abigail. Thank you for doing that, and God bless you. Anthony Houston, thank you so very much for taking time to come and join us, as well as Don Roberts. Marcus Basile, thank you for joining this morning. He wants Stephen Smith for president. I don't know about that. I got enough to do just to try and get the message out there, Marcus, let alone be a president, and that's not me. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. That's a very kind statement. All right, Marcus, thank you so very much. Denise Pendexter, I'm not sure why the video froze. We were having some technical stuff. It is what it is. I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm just going to, I'll blame me because, I'm not the greatest production guy in the universe. I'm learning that. I've been trying to learn that. So thank you, Denise. She lives here in Florida, by the way. Thank you very much for taking time to come and join us this morning. I know by now she's probably taking her walk out there. And I want to say I'm so happy for her because she also, she'd been trying to sell this watch and it finally came together for her. So yeah, that was the manifestation for her. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Adam Chelton, thank you. Thank you so very much for taking time to join us this morning. That was so awesome. I learned. We're growing. Awesome. Thank you very much, Adam. What a guy. Go out to Adam. It's in the description for this video, so you can go back and you can just click on Adam Chelton. It's right up at the top, and click on that. That'll take you to his Facebook. Friend him. If you're interested in his book that he's written, he's working on the other one. We're working with him on that. We haven't got that totally together yet. The sun is gorgeous. I see that comment, although I'm not down at that point. Yeah, it is just shining the light down upon us. It is. Is that lovely? Tabitha Wars, thank you so very much for joining as well. Janie Starliper. Yeah. He's all we need. I know who you're talking about. Shirley Conley, I appreciate you coming on in. I will be praying for you and for your situation. Hopefully that's okay. By the way, folks, soon we're going to be having an interview with, I don't know that I'm the interviewer or the interviewee or whatever, but just really a collaboration with Shirley Connolly. We'll be writing a book. I'll be doing a co-author with her as well in the future. Linda Carroll, and she's got a story, let me tell you. Yeah, get out the Kleenex because you're going to need it to dab your eyes. I tell you, it's difficult to hear, but it's nice to hear her share that because she has become strong. That's where we get our strength, right? Get our strength from our painful experiences. We can. That is a choice. All right. I'm seeing a note here, ABC7, my favorite meteorologist, Bob Harrigan, love him. Yeah, cooler weather. We're loving it. Absolutely spectacular. So much better than 95 degrees or 92. It's always like 92, 91, 92. So Jeremiah Knight, thank you for joining us as well. Tammy Robson, thank you for joining. Resiliency counts, it does. Ray Coates joined us as well. Vincent, thank you so very much for coming on in. Manny Laverty. Manny, we're going to get to know you better. I love you, brother. You are so awesome. I can't wait to introduce you. Sonny is our super fan. She's also a member of our administrative and executive team for Live with Nature. Thank you so very much for your support and love there, Manny, as well as Sonny. Spencer Rose, thank you. Abigail Engel, Michael Hamilton. God, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so very much for taking time to join. I'll just scroll back down. I need something better that actually doesn't shake every time I touch the screen. It's a little bit more secure on top of the tripod. So thank you everybody for joining me. It is a spectacular morning. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to flip the camera around here right now. We'll get the front facing camera, which is a little bit higher quality for us. So here we go. I want to say thank you to everybody. Is the camera flipping? Now it is. Okay, so that's what I was looking at. This oak tree behind here. Oh, special thanks to the rabbit that joined us this morning. Special thanks to okay, come on, Stephen. Special thanks to Sylvester, our red-tailed hawk. He joined us this morning as well. Thank you for making your statement as well. I appreciate you very much. I love that bird. So good morning, everybody. It is a fabulous morning. Let me just try and adjust this so it looks halfway decent. And I hope that you're having a great day. Let's do a random act of kindness. That's what it's about for today. Just doing random acts of kindness. And I'm struggling with this tripod a little tiny bit today. Hopefully that's all right. Okay, so the sun's coming up. We've welcomed in a brand new day. We've gotten the opportunity to talk to Adam Chelton. Thank you, everybody. I'm just going to be quiet. This is going to be that opportunity for just quiet time, listening to the birds. Enjoy yourself. Have a great day. We'll see you all soon. I'll be back tomorrow morning. And remember, Friday morning, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, U.S., I'll be on Bathrobe Moments with Lauren Harris, one of the founders of The Next Impactor. Okay, thank you, everybody. Take care. I'm going to unplug. I was plugged in there, so I'm going to disconnect now. And I'm going to wish you all a great day. I'll let this video just roll. But I've got to get ready for work, my day job. And I'll be back in a few moments. Michelle Manning, welcome. Oops, okay. thank you, everybody. Let's have a wonderful day. I've got to go ahead. I've got to get ready here for work and head out. So have a blessed day, everybody. Enjoy, and thank you for watching. Please share this video out. And I'll just adjust this a little bit. Hey, Manny. Oh, okay. Yes.